of Connellsville, who fell behind early in his PIAA championship match and then battled back, including scoring a takedown in overtime to win his state championship. Adam Frey, a two-time national prep champion out of Blair Academy. Both guys 119, 128 wins. And that was the other impressive thing. Went over 4,000 wins between these 26 wrestlers in the feature matchup. 5,800 and change in the house tonight. Great crowd. Proceeds benefit the Dapper Dan charities?
Yes, they do, and specifically the Boys and Girls Club of Western Pennsylvania. It's the Dapper Dan Youth Sports Leagues, and what the sport leagues does is provide opportunities for participation in sports and personal growth to kids who are typically living in communities that they're underserved. These kids are living in areas of high-risk activities. So one thing that the Wrestling Classic has been able to do in these recent years is take the proceeds of the Wrestling Classic and start the first youth wrestling program within the city of Pittsburgh at the Shady Side Boys and Girls Club. So we've just finished our third year there, and this past year we started a second club in La Rosa Boys and Girls Club, which is located in McKeesport. So we now have exposed kids who basically had never wrestled before, over 100 kids the last 3 years, to wrestling inner-city kids.
31st Wrestling Classic, not quite finished, but tremendous success, and thanks for your work.
Thank you very much.
5-0 already here as Adam Frey put Steve Bell to his back once and trying to do it again, but Bell able to get his arm off his back and avoid being turned over. 30 seconds remaining here in this first period. A little deeper hole for Steve Bell to climb out of than he faced a couple of weeks ago at the Giant Center, but now drives right back into Adam Frey. Frey only about 2 inches there from being pinned while in control. Bell not in the best situation. I'm sure he would trade places with Adam Frey right there anytime.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. Adam did a nice job with that tilt there at the end. You know, he certainly scored some critical points right there in that red zone in the last 10 seconds.
30-6, Team USA. 7 straight victories now in the bouts, and as I mentioned, their 5th straight dual meet win in the Wrestling Classic.
Yeah, we had a little challenge with the lineup this year. You know, the last match with Donnie Jones, you know, he's a 52-pounder. We actually moved him up to 60 to put him in the lineup. We felt he would be our best representation, but I think certainly Donnie, you know, was outsized by his opponent, David Irwin.
Well, a couple of things. The challenges that you guys faced to put your Pennsylvania team together were the fact that 4 returning AAA state champions were beaten, a couple in AA were knocked off. I mean, you had all kind of new faces pop up at the last minute. I know that didn't make your work easy this year, but certainly as we look ahead, you know, the real possibility of a great Pennsylvania squad next year.
Yep.
I mean, just great. And again, I mean, not to take anything away from these guys, but I mean, there's some real outstanding potential.
Yeah, you know, just like probably in any sport, hopefully Pennsylvania is going to have another nice wave of really strong kids, and next year we'll see a nice competitive dual meet. I mean, you know, as long as we're seeing these guys battling hard and these are close matches and they're exciting, I think the fans are getting their money's worth. You know, unfortunately, right now, you know, the Pennsylvania team's been on the shorter side of the stick.
Adam Frey with a couple of escapes, Steve Bell with a takedown, and now Frey with another takedown to up the advantage 9-2 with about 40 seconds to go here in this second period. Next to the last bout of the dual meet. 6-6 after 4 matches. But from there, 3 major decisions and 4 regular decisions for Team USA. And in control at 30-6. I mentioned the 5,825 people on hand, just packed to the rafters and standing room all over the place.
Well, this next match between Joey Eckloff and Dustin Schlater, you know, will be kind of a rivalry rating. So last year we saw Jeff Eckloff wrestle the other Schlater, and it was a close 1-0 dual meet. Looking forward to another exciting match.
Thanks.
I know I got to go.
Yep, you got to go. They're calling for you. Thanks for talking with us. 17 seconds remaining in this second period. 9-2 the score here. Craig Nellis, co-chair of the Dapper Dan Wrestling Classic Committee, being summoned. Just 8 seconds remaining in this second period. Steve Bell trying to get out from underneath. He's got Adam Frey in a little bad situation, but gets nothing. Again, nearly showed Frey's shoulders to the mat.
Washington, D.C., South Carolina,
false start on Bell.
Japan, the United Kingdom, Maryland, New York, and all over Pennsylvania.
9-2 the score. Adam Frey of Blair Academy in the lead, and now about to extend that after the neutral choice by Steve Bell. Takedown for Frey, escape for Bell. Not an exchange that Bell wants to get into too often. Already down 11-3. And going further down now. Well, Frey just solid in the neutral position, and now he dumps Bell to his back. Steve Bell caught in a cradle, stuck to his back just an inch or so. And now shoved flat, rocks one shoulder up for a moment, stacks straight up in the air, and pinned. 4:55, Adam Frey with the only fall of the night. Team USA 36, Pennsylvania 6.
USA four-time state champion from Massillon Perry High School in Ohio, Dustin Schlater.
152-pound bout. Dustin Schlater of Massillon taking on Joey Ekloff of Northampton. Schlater, a four-time Ohio champion, 147-4 in his career. Ekloff, a three-time Pennsylvania champion, 140-24. Here's an interesting one, George. 2003 Classic, 2 years ago. Schlater versus Ekloff. It was CP versus Jeff. 1-0 final, Schlater. Now, Schlater and Ekloff, Classic round 2.
Sort of a family affair.
147-4 for a career. Ekloff 140-24.
So Joey Ekloff in the matchup with Donnie Jones that we talked about earlier in Jones's match here in the Classic, where Ekloff just took it right to Jones in the PIAA Championship. Believed to be the first ever matchup of two-time state champions. And that match primarily was Ekloff from the beginning. And now the reward, he gets to meet a four-time state champion.
Well, I mentioned earlier, and I'll say it again now, Randy Stoudemire is the head coach here at Pitt, and right now he's got to be giddy about the fact that this guy is going to be on the mat for him next year here at Pitt. What a coup for his program to get Joey Ekloff.
Final 20 seconds of a scoreless first period.
Dustin is a four-time cadet Greco and freestyle national champion and two-time
Schlater heading to Minnesota.
Also junior national freestyle and Greco national champion in OW. A three-time
Scoreless after one.
Also a three-time FILA cadet national champion. He's gone 58-0 at Fargo. He's also been a Chinese national champion. National High School Coaches Association.
Ekloff chooses bottom to begin the second.
Academic All-Ohio, three-time ASICS All-American, the 2004 ASICS National Wrestler of the Year, and the 2004 Ohio High School Outstanding Wrestler.
And Schlater cuts Ekloff free.
Ekloff, nice job of getting hand control in there. And
oh, they're coming right into the living room.
coming right into my living room. Let's be real clear about that.
glad you're here, partner.
Yeah, I can. Fat guy like me can absorb the shock, I'll tell you. Nice duck attempt. Couldn't finish it.
Slater working a front tie up now. 1:15 to go in the second. 1-0 Joey Eklof. That's 1 point more than Big Brother scored in his classic match against the other Slater. Ooh. Have I mentioned to you lately how much I don't like the head tap?
For those folks who are listening to this video, Robert Gregg has been a persistent critic of the head tap.
Well, how about that heel to the hand of the eye?
I have not disagreed with you once. I don't think that's really what this sport's about.
35 seconds to go in this second. Joey Eklof of Northampton trying to be not only a giant himself, but a giant slayer. Took out Donnie Jones in the PIAA AAA championship match back on the 12th of the month, and now here 2 weeks hence. Trying to take out four-time Ohio champion Dustin Slater. 15 seconds remaining in the second. Only point of the match, the Eklof escape. And that's the way we'll go to the third, 1-0. That'll be Slater's opportunity to work bottom.
Advertiser Steve Pushkar, professional land surveyor, Robinson Hotel, and Dave Blaha and Vic Guzman.
Well, that lasted for all of 4 seconds. So we wrestled 2 minutes in the first, 1:48 in the second in the neutral position without a takedown, and just 4 seconds into the third, we're back neutral, and this time tied at 1. Slater wants to tie. Eklof looks like he's not completely agreeable to such tactics. Slater gets on a leg. Eklof trying to fight it off. Can't keep the whizzer in, and Slater gets the takedown.
Nice drop down for that single.
Slater leads 3-1 with 1:10 to go in the third.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we remind you that.
And that's where the stylistic difference advantage goes to the guy that wants to tie up, because he got Eklof thinking about not tying up, and Slater got to the leg off of that. Slater leads 3-1. Eklof stands and gets free, make it 3-2.
And we have a 3-2 match without an escape by Eklof.
You know, we haven't had one of those things, you know what I'm talking about?
The numbers are all wrong. The numbers are all wrong. Al McGuire would tell you there are odd numbers here. It doesn't work out. Wrong sport, I know, but anyhow.
Slater and Eklof tying up in the center. Eklof trying to keep Slater at a distance. Now a couple of taps, 2. Yeah. Now smack to the side of the face. That's not even a head tap, that's a slap. 15 seconds to go. Slater leading 3-2. Eklof takes a shot, Slater shoves him down. Eklof trying to get out of bounds, and Slater trying to hang on and stay inside. 9 seconds remaining. Slater leading 3-2. Eklof coming after, Slater backing up, drops to the leg, gets around behind Eklof, picks him up, takes him down, and gets the takedown and wins it by a score of 5-2. So it is the Slaters 2, the Eklofs nothing. In classic matchups, final here 5-2, and Team USA with a dominant performance, beating Team Pennsylvania 39-6. An impressive USA performance, George. They win now their 5th straight Classic dual meet against Team Pennsylvania at 6-6. Team Pennsylvania is in it, but that was the end. Team USA wins out from there.
But I will say, in fairness to that, these were much tighter bouts than I've seen in the past in situations like this. And so the PA kids have counted themselves real well, but certainly it's a very talented U.S. squad.
3 major decisions for Team USA after the 6-6 tie. They won 3 of the next 6 by major decision, and then the pin by Adam Frey at the 3rd period, pinning Steve Bell to really put an exclamation point on the dual meet tonight. Outstanding wrestlers for the United States is Adam Frey at fall at 130 pounds. And for Team Pennsylvania, one of just 2 winners, Clearfield's Brad Pataki put Team Pennsylvania in front 3-0, the only lead Pennsylvania had on the evening. And now the turning point of the night, award being presented to Kyler Sanderson. His major decision broke the 6-6 tie and took it right to Joe Karamanica for that major at 13-4, 6-3 after 1. But then Sanderson took that lead out, doubled that from 3 points to 6 points in the second, and then an escape takedown in the third to win the major decision. It put Team USA in front, a lead they would never give up.
And they, like you said, they were good bouts, every single one of them. But certainly Kyler Sanderson's bout spoke volumes to me about the quality wrestler he is, because Karamanica is such a fine wrestler in his own right.
Our thanks to Craig Nellis, Frank Volcano, co-directors of the Dapper Dan Wrestling Classic, and the entire Wrestling Classic committee. Our producer, Tom Sapula, my partner, George Lammy, and I'm Bob Gregg. Your final score, Team USA 39, Pennsylvania 6.